All right, YouTube. Let's see if we can get this to come in a little bit better here. So that is a lot of cards on the table right now. I'm going to try something a little bit different today. So I had an interesting request for a reading, and it is a love reading. It's actually two love readings. I had a client who is kind of caught in what sounds to be a bit of a love triangle, and she's trying to make a decision at whether or not she wants to be in a relationship with a new individual that she's met, and he's represented by the cards over here, or the relationship in general is represented by the cards over here, or her ex, which is represented by the cards on the right hand side. So we'll start over here. We'll start with the ex. Okay, so in this reading, you are represented by the King of Cups, and I see the King of Cups as a master of his domain in the field of love. I see him as an emotionally grounded person, a, uh, a he's very strong in his emotions. He knows how to love, and he knows how to love well. In this case, those are characteristics that I would attribute to you. I see you as being a caring person, and I see you as giving it 100%. However, over here, he is represented by the Death card. Now, the Death card doesn't necessarily mean anybody's going to die, but the way that I interpret the Death card, especially in a love reading, is that feelings are starting to fade and somebody is moving on to something new. And that doesn't necessarily mean that he's done it yet, but it means that he's in the process of doing this. He may be talking to someone else, or he may be preparing to. I think that he's checking out of his relationship with you. So this card in the center represents what holds your relationship together or drives or pulls you apart. And I see pentacles as being representative of the material world or finance of some sort, and I see the page as like a messenger. So I see there being as some type of financial argument or disagreement, or some reason why your guys' economic situation just wasn't working out between the two of you. It didn't feel right in those regards. Maybe this had to do with housing, maybe this had to do with somebody moving away, or some type of material, or maybe one individual in the relationship was too materialistic and involved in material things rather than the relationship itself. So up here I have the best case scenario, and this is the best possible outcome that I can see happening, just going off of the cards that I have here in the relationship with the ex. And what I see here is the Devil reversed. And the Devil is a fairly straightforward card. If we'll look at that, it's the same imagery as on the Lovers card, and we've got two individuals tied up to the Devil's stool, I suppose, with chains around their necks. However, the chains are fit, so they could take the chains off at any time, but they're choosing not to. So I see, if you were to get back into this relationship, the best case scenario is you're going to be in this relationship with this person who is a devil, not treating you right, taking advantage of you, and you're going to continue to love them, but you're not going to get the same, it's going to be a Faustian bargain. The devil in the relationship is going to get the best of you, and you're going to feel like you're being taken advantage of, and you might kind of like it. This might not be such a bad experience, but it will be abusive and it will be one-sided. So down here is the worst case scenario, and this also kind of coincides with the financial news that I mentioned up there. However, I see this more as, well, this is the worst case scenario, and I see you as doing all the work and feeling burnt out. So I think worst case scenario is you're going to be putting in a lot more effort to your relationship with your ex than he is willing to, and you're going to be exhausted from it. You're going to be emotionally drained, and you're going to be burned out, and you're going to be in what I imagine to be a similar position to you being in right now. So over here, we have the relationship with the new guy. Now, I see you as being happy with this guy right now, but I see something just not feeling right. You don't feel at home with him, so to speak. You're happy, but you don't feel at home. You feel like there's just something missing. Over here, he is represented by the Knight of Swords, and I see the Knight card as a card of action. He's ready to move forward. I think that he's invested, and if we look at the direction that the Knight's facing, it's facing right towards you over here. And that's the Four of Wands, by the way. So in between you guys, I see more materiality. I see the Nine of Pentacles as being a card of financial fulfillment. I can see this being a financially stable relationship, like housing might be taken care of. You guys might be able to share and manage your house well, manage your house, so to speak. I think that that's a strength that you guys could have, and I do see him as being vested in you. However, up here, the best case scenario, I see the Justice card reversed. And if this card were face up, I'd say this would be a fair relationship. You're going to be treated fairly, but I see this as being an unfair relationship, or maybe he is just too stern. He's not quite not the kind of person that feels like, the word that keeps coming to mind is at home, not the kind of person that you can feel at home with. He's cold, he's harsh, he's not necessarily abusive, but he's not very affectionate either. He's stern, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. A stern person can be an all right partner. Now down here, the worst case scenario, I see the Knight of Pentacles reversed. And the Knight of Pentacles I see as action, however slow moving action. And I see this action regarding your guys' material stability. I see there being a slow drain on it, not maybe even something that you can notice, but there's going to be something that'll happen that will kind of maybe pull you guys apart in means of material possessions or belongings, like some kind of debt. And these are all just predictions, but I think, the X is an X for a reason. This is just my input. The X is an X for a reason, and I don't see any favorable outcomes. I don't necessarily see this as being the best possible outcome for you either, but I think that it's worth exploring. The X is an X for a reason, and I think that it should remain that way. So while we've got the cards out, I'm going to draw you a couple oracle cards as well. Oh, I got the phone in one hand. So we'll flip a card here. And we'll flip a card here. Okay. So I take these cards at face value. This is the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. And I see secrets. I see there being I see you as having some kind of secret. And maybe this whole situation in general is the secret, because I have a hard time imagining that either of these two gentlemen know about one another, and I guess that's okay. I want you to be, it's ultimately you're the one that has to live with whatever decision that you have, and I don't necessarily think that relationships can't involve two people. You should go out and have fun and keep the secret if that's going to serve you. And over here I have the inspiration card. And again, I take them at face value, but I want you to do what inspires you and follow your heart in this situation. I don't think that my reading should be the final decision-making number on this. I think that you should do whatever makes you happy. I really hope this reading was helpful to you. Thank you so much for reaching out to me. If any of you guys want readings too, please leave a comment in the comments section or follow me on Instagram. And you guys have a great afternoon.